We may be nearing an answer tonight about what happened to a Saudi journalist who disappeared after going to the Saudi consulate in Istanbul, Turkey. Sources now say the Saudis will eventually admit that Jamal Khashoggi may have been killed accidentally during an interrogation. That news comes shortly after President Trump sent his top diplomat to the kingdom, and as Turkish and Saudi investigators conduct a joint inspection of that consulate. We have Fox team coverage tonight. John Roberts is at the White House. Tell us what he's hearing there. We start off, though, with correspondent Benjamin Hall in Istanbul tonight. Good evening, Benjamin.
Hey, good evening, Brett. Well, if these reports are true, it would blow this case wide open. After almost 2 weeks of strenuous denials, when almost all the evidence pointed at Saudi Arabia, well, if this report is true, it means they will finally admit being involved in the murder.
13 days after Jamal Khashoggi disappeared, and Saudi Arabia has started to cooperate. On Monday, King Salman ordered an investigation into the case, headed up by the lead Saudi prosecutor, working in tandem with Turkey. Turkish authorities have been requesting access to the consulate since Khashoggi went missing. Finally today, it happened. For days now, Turkish authorities have been trying to get inside the Saudi consulate to find out what happened to Jamal Khashoggi. They are now just arriving, Saudi and Turkish investigators. Hopefully, they can get to the bottom of this saga. Investigators spent at least 5 hours at the consulate, a Saudi team and Turkish forensic police. Notably, a cleaning crew also arrived hours ahead of them both. Now the European Union is also looking for answers.
I think we are completely on the same page with our American friends on this. We expect transparency, and we wait for having more clarity on what happened on that case that is particularly dramatic one.
On Sunday, Riyadh reacted angrily to political and economic threats over the case, saying, "The kingdom affirms its total rejection of any threats and attempts to undermine it. If it receives any action, it will respond with greater action." Saudi state media then suggested a hike in oil prices to $100, if not $200 a barrel. In another development, King Salman and President Erdogan of Turkey spoke by telephone Sunday evening, with both attempting to calm the situation.
The king reiterated his country's keenness to maintain the relationship with Turkey the same way it is, and that no one will ruin that relationship.
Pressure on the Saudis mounts as more leading business figures say they will not attend a major investment conference in Riyadh later this month. The CEO of Uber, Richard Branson, head of the World Bank and the head of JP Morgan, among a few to cancel. It's another major blow to the Saudis.
But that major new report breaking tonight that potentially Saudi Arabia preparing to accept responsibility in the murder is what's shocking everyone today. What consequences that has for Saudi Arabia, however, remains to be seen. Brett?
Benjamin Hall in Turkey tonight. Benjamin, thank you.